3 top tips to help you crochet amigurumi. Hi there, I'm Cilla from Cilla Crochets, and I'm here to cheer you on and support you in your own crochet journey, no matter what that looks like for you. Tip 1 is to always use a smaller crochet hook than what is recommended on the yarn label. So if I were to use this yarn here, which is Sheepy's Stonewashed XL, it's an Aran yarn, it recommends on the back of the yarn label, I'll show it to you here. So it recommends using a 5mm crochet hook. That is like this one here. I mean, you're not going to notice the difference, but hopefully your crochet hooks say a size at the bottom of them. If you're in America, it's a H crochet hook. Now, I always recommend going down 1 or even 2 sizes. So that's 0.5 of a millimeter. So the first one down would be a 4.5mm, or in the US, I think it's a 7. I'm not in the US, so I apologize if I've got that wrong. But the Clover More crochet hook that I've got here says 7 on it. But the one I would most likely use if I were using this to make amigurumi would be a 4mm. So that is a G in the States. Now, the reason why I like having really tight stitches and why you should go down a hook size when you crochet amigurumi is so that you can't see the stuffing through your stitches. Now let me show you what I mean by that. So this little guy, Max the monkey, was my first ever amigurumi. I crocheted him using the book Crochet Cute Critters. If you're brand new to amigurumi, I highly recommend it. It's a really good book to start out with. But when I crocheted him, I didn't know about the whole going down in hook size. And if we have a close look at his stitches, we'll see basically big gaps, big holes all throughout them. So you can not only see the stuffing through the stitches, but you'll also see in parts where it's coming out. Like basically the stuffing is escaping through the stitches, and that's what we really don't want. So just to show you a comparison, this is a much more recent make, a design of mine that I made last year called the Luscious Lemon. But if we have a look at those stitches there, there's absolutely no gaps. You cannot see any stuffing. You can see a few cat hairs from my lovely little fairy friends, but there's no stuffing escaping from those stitches, and that is really what you want when it comes to crocheting amigurumi. Tip 2. Learn how to crochet a magic circle. That's simply because most shapes that we crochet when we're making amigurumi are worked in the round. So starting off with a magic circle makes working the round a lot easier, and there are alternatives, I know, but for me personally, I find a magic circle to be the most secure way of starting your amigurumi pieces. It also means that you don't have to do as much sewing at the end to secure your starting circle. So I know when I've used alternative methods in the past, which I have done, I've had to do some extra sewing at that starting circle to make it close up properly. Whereas if you use a magic circle and you use it properly, you don't need to do that. So I would highly recommend, if you're not struggling too much and you're not too frustrated with it, to persevere and learn how to do a magic circle. Of course, if you can't use an alternative method, there are ways around it. Don't stress if you can't do it, but it is worth learning. Tip 3. Learn the difference between the right side and the wrong side of your amigurumi pieces. So this is my current whip. It's probably not the best crochet piece to really show you how this works, but you'll see here I've got right side of stitches here, the wrong side are on the inside, and that's just because we're working in the round, so it's the same side all the way when we crochet the project. In other words, there's always a right side and there is always a wrong side to your amigurumi pieces. Learning how to identify each of those sides so you can make sure that the right side is always on the outside of the crochet piece is really important. It will make your project look a lot neater and look a lot nicer. Now, at the beginning, it's actually quite hard to tell what is the inside and what is the outside, especially when you first start off with a magic circle and you're crocheting in the round. Often the piece will automatically start curving, and sometimes it doesn't curve in the right direction automatically, so you have to know how to correct that. So I've got a tip for you that I'm hoping will help. Now, using this piece as an example, you'll see that when I crochet, let me just take out this stitch marker so I can show you properly. You'll see that when I crochet here and I insert my hook into the shape, I'm inserting my hook from the outside of the shape to the center of the shape. So it's going inside the shape essentially. I hope you can see that. There you go. That is a really quick way to know that the right side of your amigurumi piece is facing outwards. If, hypothetically, this shape isn't, but I'm just going to pretend, if we were crocheting like this, so our hook was going into the amigurumi piece, into a stitch like that, and the end of our hook was pointing outside of the amigurumi piece, let me show you that. That would mean the amigurumi piece was inside out. Essentially, the outside was, like the wrong side, sorry, would be on the outside, which is what you don't want. So the really quick and easy way to remind yourself, if you're not sure, is to ask yourself, is my hook, when I'm crocheting, going from the outside of the project into the center? And if it is, then it's the right way around. So that's 3 top tips to help you crochet amigurumi. And I do hope this video has helped you, and I can't wait to see what you make. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to stay up to date with more updates, just hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get any notifications for any new videos I release. Until next time, happy crocheting, and I'll speak to you soon.